but it was very apparent he knew exactly where she was going to be at the time when he located her in the vehicle or in the parking lot.
Breaking news tonight, tragedy outside a Southwest Fresno church after a man opens fire this morning in the parking lot, killing his estranged wife and critically injuring her boyfriend. This all happened just after 7:30 Sunday Mass at the St Alphonsus Catholic Church near East Kearney Boulevard and South Trinity Street. The shooter then took off and drove about a mile to his home on West California. That is where police say he then took his own life. We have team coverage on this deadly shooting. Action News anchor Corin Hoggard has how the suspect's daughter helped police get to him. But first, let's start with our own Brianna Ruffalo, who is live outside the church where both victims were shot. And Brianna, an eyewitness, says he was near them when the suspect fired his gun.
No, that's right, Corey. Now, all the crime tape is gone now. All the streets are open back up. But close to 12 hours ago now, that man was standing right outside of this church when he opened fire. As people attending St Alphonsus Church followed the priest outside the building after a 7:30 Mass Sunday morning, they heard gunshots coming from the backside of their church. People in the neighborhood say they didn't know where the gunshots were coming from. And one witness who doesn't want to be identified says people thought they were being fired at.
I was walking by and I heard some gunshots. I seen the people coming out the church. They heard the gunshots, so they all took off running this way. Then they stopped.
Priest Dominic Rajapa says after he heard the gunshots, he went around the other side of the church to see what happened.
And I also went there. I saw the lady dead in the car itself, so she was shot dead. And the other man was on the floor there, and with a lot of blood.
It was in that parking lot where 64-year-old Manuel Garcia opened fire on his estranged wife, 61-year-old Martha Garcia, and her boyfriend. Garcia was killed by the gunshot, and her boyfriend was severely injured by the time people ran over to provide first aid. The priest says a retired nurse tried helping him before first responders got there. Police officers believe Manuel Garcia could have been waiting in the parking lot.
We're not certain as to how the shooting occurred. Based on the evidence at this point, it appears that they did not know he was there.
Priest Rajapa says he didn't recognize the victims and that church members say they were not regulars there. In his 8 years of being a priest at St Alphonsus Church, he says he's never seen anything like this.
We are people of God, and we need to love God. We need to love our neighbor. We need to treat our people with dignity. Violence, enemy, violence, hatred is no place.
And the priest says no masses were canceled today. People were still able to attend church and prayers were said for those victims today. Live from Southwest Fresno, Brianna Ruffalo, ABC 30 Action News.
All right, thank you, Brianna. Well, Action News anchor Corin Hoggard continues our coverage on this shooting. He has learned more about the family member who helped police figure out exactly what happened.
Family members came together in grief outside the police lines. As a SWAT team moved in to find their dad, they grieved both the murder suspect and their mother, the murder victim. And one daughter was the first to know.
She had received a text message, a series of text messages from her father. Her father had told her that he had just shot and killed her mother in the church parking lot, and that he was heading back to the house.
61-year-old Martha Garcia had 4 kids with her 64-year-old husband, Manuel. They still lived together in a Southwest Fresno home, and police say they had no history of domestic violence reports. But Martha told friends and family she was getting a divorce, and she had a new boyfriend.
And it is that boyfriend that she was with this morning at St Alphonsus Church when her husband came and shot both of them.
After 43 years of marriage, police say the Garcias now lived separate lives in separate rooms. But Manuel made sure they died on the same day. Police say he shot and killed her outside the church near their home, let his family know what he did, and even as he ignored commands from police, he texted his daughter again, telling her where to find some of the possessions he was leaving behind. Minutes later, with police ready to arrest him, officers heard a single gunshot. Inside the home, they found Manuel Garcia slumped over on a couch, still clutching the .45 caliber handgun he appears to have used to shoot his wife, her boyfriend, and himself. Corin Hoggard, ABC 30 Action News.